Cycles in the New England Motorcycle Museum. Today I've got one of my favorite vintage Hondas, favorite for a rider, you know, a bike that you want to actually use, not just look at. This is a CL350. It's an on and off-road scrambler. Has the high pipes, plenty of ground clearance underneath it, and with a set of all-purpose tires, you can take this off-road and on the street. A lot of people will turn these in pure dirt bikes, and most of them got ruined. This is a rare survivor. It's an original paint, Topaz orange motorcycle. We purchased it from a 72-year-old client of ours who bought it in 1974. He's had it since it was 2 years old. So the bike is now, let's see, 17, 18, 19, 12. It's 45 years old, and he's owned it for 43 of those 45 years. It has a center stand on it, which is awesome for lubricating the rear chain or cleaning the rear wheel. Everything on the bike is in great working order. We just went through it front to back. I'll do a little test ride on it, then bring it in and explain to you exactly what we did to the motorcycle. So with that, no further ado, let me fire it up. This is one of the electric start models, which is really quite convenient. The key is right here. Turn the gas on, and then just hit the button. Pretty much starts itself. Actually, it does start itself. So it's a lot of fun to ride. These are, unless you've ridden a well-tuned CB350, it's hard to explain, but they're a blast to ride. They're fun, light, and they handle awesome. They're fast. It's a fantastic bike. The clutch and brakes, everything works great on it. All the lights, horn, turn signals, left and right. The lights, the low beam, high beam, low beam. The rear brake, hand brake, the right turn signal, left turn signal. The signal light on the dash works beautifully. The tach and speedo gauges are perfectly clear. Everything works beautiful on the bike. So it's a lot of fun to ride, and they're nice and light. And this was an on-off-road bike, and obviously it did a little wheelie right there, so it's got a lot of pep, that's for sure. And they're fun to ride. Blast. Isn't that what it's all about? Make excellent commuter bikes. They get over 60 miles to the gallon. The neutral light works beautifully on it. Like I said, everything works. Has the dual mirrors, original grips, levers, bars, original paint. The bike is pretty much all original. Let me bring it in and I'll go over with you some more information about it. Loud horn on it for a 350. It's as loud as a horn on my Harley. The bike has just been gone through by one of the techs at the Capital Cycle shop. We also have 3 keys for it, 2 spare keys that came with it. And I have the original title in hand right here from 1974. Take a look at this. He's owned the bike since March of 1974. So real easy to get it registered in your state. Bike is in excellent condition. We went right through the bike front to back. We drained the old gas out and then rinsed out the gas tank. The fuel petcock was actually replaced with a brand new fuel petcock, as you can see. The fuel lines, the whole fuel system was gone through. The fuel lines were replaced. Brand new petcock. The carburetors were removed and cleaned in our ultrasonic carb cleaning tank. The air filters were removed, the air boxes were cleaned, and new air filters were installed. The valves were adjusted, the timing was adjusted on it. The cam chain was adjusted, and the oil was changed. The starter was repaired. There was an issue with the starter, so the starter was repaired. Kickstarter works beautifully on the bike. If you kill the battery or leave the light on to kill it, you can actually kickstart this motorcycle, which is great. Not only electric start, it is kickstart also. The points and valves, everything was gone through, and the whole bike was gone over front to back. Chain was adjusted and lubed. All the nuts and bolts on it were tightened. And then the bike was thoroughly detailed. It was steam cleaned. All the chrome was bicarbonate sodium blasted, and it was polished from front to back. And the paint's all original on the bike. It's not perfect, but these bikes are really going up in value as collectible bikes. And this is a candy Topaz orange Scrambler 350. I really like the black design on the side. Like I said, the paint's not perfect. There's a couple of beauty marks on it, but it's original. The side covers are original. The exhaust is original. The seat is in just outstanding condition for a almost 50-year-old vinyl seat. There's no rips in the top of it. It's in great shape. The rear fender's in beautiful shape. The turn signals are original. The shocks are original. The chrome on the rear wheel is in really good condition. The chrome on the front wheel. The front fender is beautiful. I don't see any dings in it anywhere. Actually, one tiny little ding right here. I just noticed. The headlight ring's in nice shape. There's a slight crack in the fiberglass of the headlight, the original headlight ring, which is in a little chip missing about half the size of my thumbnail, but that's fairly common. This bike has only 11,218 miles, which is really nothing for one of these engines, barely broken in. We ran a compression test on it. Compression is right up to par. The clutch cable was adjusted and pressure lubed. The throttle cable was adjusted and pressure lubed, as was the front brake cable. The brakes were adjusted. All the lights and bulbs in it, if you needed anything, the bulbs were, everything's 100% electrical on it. So, like I said earlier, you got the center stand, you got the side stand. Just a beautiful bike. Title in hand. Portion of the proceeds are going to fund the New England Motorcycle Museum project. So you're not only buying a piece of moto history, you're helping support motorcycle culture by helping us bring the museum to fruition. So if you buy the bike, you're welcome to leave it at the museum as long as you'd like. Or pick it up. We can ship it anywhere in the country for $500 or less. We have a total of 20 hours labor into the motorcycle, plus parts, plus the shipping of the bike to us, which was only $100. It was a local in-state. So the total cost of the repairs and maintenance and parts and service on the bike with tax was $2,965 worth of work that was done on this motorcycle. On top of what the value was when we got it, we also put a brand new battery in it. So it's got a new battery. All electrical connections were clean on the battery, and anywhere on the motorcycle where any electrical light didn't work, the connections were cleaned and lubed and put back together. So the exhaust pipe on this, there's no damage to the header. It's in excellent condition. The chrome shields are in good condition. These are pretty common to rust out. There's no rust holes anywhere on here. This is obviously a bike that was stored indoors and well loved by the previous owner. The chain is in matter of fact, I think it's a brand new chain. I'll have to check the parts order, but let me see. It's got a battery tender on it. Also, in addition to the brand new battery, it's got a battery tender, so a connector, so you can plug it into the wall. It has a brand new starter clutch in it also. 2 OEM carb kits, carb rebuild kits. It's got 2 brand new spark plugs on it. It's got a new muffler mount in addition to the petcock and the it's got a NOS airbox rod and nut set, which was $30, and it's got 2 quarts of 10W40, so all the fluids in it, and that is a new chain that's been greased. So that's about it. All I can think of about the bike. It has original cables on it, which are in great shape. This bike is, to my knowledge, all original. The only thing that's not original on the bike is the tires, and these are Japanese tires. This is actually these are Bridgestones, front and rear. These might be the original tires. The tires are probably 70% worn. They are serviceable. I rode the bike with it. I've test ridden the bike, ridden it all over the place, up and down the road, 60 miles an hour, no problems. But These may in fact be the original. They're Bridgestone rear safety Super 10s, and they're a match set front and rear. So quite possibly these are the original tires. I don't know. One defect on the motorcycle I wanted to point out: the side cover, very common. It's a fiberglass cover. Replacements are available on eBay for about $40. We did not replace the side cover because this is a classic motorcycle. It's an antique and it's original. We did not want to mess with the originality of this bike. So it's the original cover, but if you want to buy a replacement, you can get the matching paint and paint it. So it is got cracks right here, and it was glued back together. And there's a couple of missing chunks right here on the side cover, but it's a $30 piece. Rest assured, you're investing in a motorcycle that's going to go up in value. These things are going through the roof value-wise. So good luck bidding on it. If you have any questions, give us a call, 860-454-7024. We've sold quite a few of these CL350s. If you look on our YouTube channel, you'll see that Kaplan Cycle's YouTube channel, that there's quite a few of these have gone through our shop, and the last one just sold for, what was it, $4,000, Kenny?
Yeah.
Brandy bought it, right?
$39.95.
$39.95. The last one we sold, it was at what year was it? 72, same year. About the same condition. Brandy has bought over 20 motorcycles from us in the last 2 years. He's a good repeat client, and he has that bike now and he loves it. So I would suspect this will bring about the same. The reserve is much less. We'll let you guys out there in the motorcycle community determine what the final value of this is. So good luck bidding on it. You're buying a bike that's only going to go up in value, and it's a blast to ride. Isn't that what this is all about? Riding motorcycles and having fun. So I'm going to bring this back into the museum showroom, put it on display for everybody to drool on until it goes to its new home. So good luck bidding on it. God bless America.